The first thing we should focus on in this etude is the key signature. Now we're in the key of A flat major, so that means we have B flats, E flats, A flats, and everyone's favorite, D flats. Now those D flats in the middle of the staff should be in 5th position, while those up an octave are in 2nd position. One good idea before playing this etude is to run up and down the A flat major scale, so you're able to put those E flats in 3rd, D flats in 5th, and C's in 6th right in a row, the same way you do in the end of bar 2. Now when playing that section in the end of bar 2, make sure to stop your slide very quickly as you're articulating that E flat, D flat, and C. If you keep the slide moving and just articulate, there's a good chance that those notes are not going to be 100% in tune. The next thing we should talk about is breathing, specifically because this etude has quite a few longer phrases that can be a little bit more difficult to make if we're not using proper breathing. Now, what a lot of people might think is after taking their initial breath, they should breathe right after bar 2. I actually think it's a slightly better idea to breathe right after bar 3. That way, it sets you up a little bit more for the phrase going into bar 5. Other good spots to breathe in this etude are after bar 6 and after bar 9. One thing you'll notice as you watch my video is that I take quite a few sit breaths where I take these small breaths that don't disrupt the overall phrase. This is perfectly fine so long as you don't take too many of them. Now, when we breathe in the very beginning, and really when we take any decent sized breath, we need to make sure that we're expanding from down here before we expand from up here. So a breath should look something like this, rather than this. You even heard how that second breath was a little bit more high pitch. Whenever we do that, our playing generally gets a little bit brighter and the sound quality will become grittier and won't be quite as dark and full as we want. The next thing we should focus on is rhythm, specifically rhythm in bars 5 and bar 6. Now, that dotted A 16th rhythm can be a little bit tricky knowing exactly where to put that 16th note. One way to combat this is to turn on your metronome, in this case to quarter note equals 56, and turn on your 16th note subdivision, and sing that rhythm, in this case at first singing each of those 16th notes as if they were written in the part. So it'll sound something like this. Do 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 do, and then put it on the horn. This allows you to get a feel for the subdivision before you put it in the context of the piece. Next, sing it just the way you did before, except take out those first 3 16th notes, so it'll sound something like this. Do 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 do, and then put that on the horn. Do this every day, and I promise you that that rhythm will be cemented into your brain, and you will not miss it. And finally, and maybe the most important thing, have fun making music. Overemphasize the dynamics, emphasize the articulations, make sure no note sounds exactly like the note preceding it. Now have fun and happy practicing.